5 regions want to break away from Russia, referendum shows.
Here's a summary of the article.
Russian dictator Vladimir Putin's delusional dreams of resurrecting the Soviet Union could actually be going quite the opposite direction, with the majority of inhabitants of the Federation's 5 regions supporting the idea of breaking away and proclaiming independence, as shown by a referendum cited by TVP Info news website. The data proving such tendencies were collected via the National Online Referendum on the Self-Governance of the Russian Federation's Republics, carried out between February 16 and 28. According to the survey, 72.1% of respondees in the Kaliningrad Oblast want to break away from the Russian Federation. As many as 5.6 million people participated in the survey, according to its organizers quoted by TVP Info. Reportedly, more than 10,000 people contacted the referendum organizational committee declaring their readiness to collaborate. Ural and Ingria residents are the most active. Most of them hold higher education degrees, which shows that the elites understand perfectly well the direction in which things are heading under Putin. They do not want to feed Moscow and die for it, reads the referendum organizers' statement. They are afraid of what our will can bring about. A successful referendum is just the first step on the path to the self-governance of the republics. Ingria, the Kaliningrad Oblast, Kuban, Siberia, and Ural will be free, the statement read as reported by TVP Info. The referendum had to be carried out online because of the pervasive surveillance by Russian security forces. Members of the initiative groups that organized the referendum previewed the vote at the Post-Russia Forum, at the premises of the European Parliament in Brussels on the evening of January 30, Glavkom, a Ukrainian news website wrote.
This post received a score of 11,000, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Since the article doesn't actually link the site or make any proper reference to it, here's the site where people were able to vote, and here's the site of organization that ran this poll. Citing this is about as relevant as citing a Reddit poll.
This is what I was looking for. I figured as much. There's no way the Russian government would hold a referendum that indicates eastern Ukraine wants annexation, but allow a referendum of actual Russian oblasts to swing the other way.
Russia is in danger of further breakup, which is not surprising, and Putin's foolhardy gambit on Ukraine will only accelerate it.
Galaxy Brain really pulled a great job. Push Sweden and Finland into NATO, cause a flood of Russia's best and brightest out of the country, lose at least 150,000 soldiers in a year, and now Russia itself might get Balkanized right next to the Balkans. Winning.
Don't forget that he also casually threw away what was arguably Russia's greatest strength, which was convincing the world that they were scary and powerful for the past 30 years. It's actually impressive how much of a failure Putin is.
He's so incompetent that he's earned the title. Nicholas III.
Lil Nicky 3?
Remember that scene in Little Nicky when Nicky started punching himself in the balls repeatedly? Imagine that, but with Putin.
Also, Putin and Hitler can take turns with the pineapple.
What a legacy, the leader who ended Russia for good.
Instead, he's fleeced the economy of everything. Created another royal, peasant system, stifled innovation, entrepreneurship, human rights, murdered dissidents and journalists, invaded peaceful neighbors, and unwittingly that very corruption made Russia weaker militarily than it has ever been in relation to its neighbors. It's literally the weakest it's ever been, in my opinion. They can't even make artillery shells. What? And Putin will be blamed for it all.
He seems to have forgotten the part where Hitler, Napoleon, and Gaddafi all lost and weren't remembered fondly. Even Xi Jinping will come short of the global Chinese empire he wants for himself.
Invasions shall continue until morale improves.
Putin, why isn't morale improving?
This is all a big plot by Canada to become the largest country by landmass.
Big Canada strikes again. Poland ain't fucking around. Their state media is just outright calling Putin a dictator. Also, it's important to note that these weren't proper referendums or polls with representative samples. Not saying they're totally meaningless because I don't have all the details, but I wouldn't read too much into this.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.